CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. A building that takes up 2 full blocks of downtown Edmonton has a new owner. City Centre Mall has been purchased by a developer with big plans. CTV's Noah Rashog has more on what this means for the mall's future, as well as the surrounding area.
It could do with improvement, obviously.
I don't feel safe unless I'm with a friend.
City Centre Mall is in for a facelift. The property spent the last year in receivership limbo after its previous owners defaulted on their loans. The property was sold to an Edmonton-based real estate company, Westridge Pacific Corp, and the new owners say that they have big plans for the space.
The plans are very preliminary right now, but what we're really looking to do is add amenities, attractions, and a reason for someone to come downtown.
They want to add new residential units in the old Hudson's Bay building, street-side retail, and a Nordic spa on the roof. People who work downtown hope a rejuvenated city centre will improve the surrounding area.
I guess it might help a little bit. More people are relocating here. It might help with downtown culture a little bit. Although I do feel like the city needs a little bit more work downtown.
I think it's no secret we can all use a few more people downtown, and hopefully with that revitalization, a little bit of optimism, I think, with the new purchase.
I'd like to see that sort of, that revitalization, that fashionable area that it used to be, right?
The word revitalization comes up often. It's the name of the game for the Downtown Revitalization Coalition. It says that this is a welcome development.
It's fantastic to see them really putting their money where their mouth is. They are committed to the transformation of downtown.
The coalition called on the city to speed up construction on the streets surrounding City Centre to ensure the project's success.
Yeah, and that is the intention. Right now, 102nd Ave is slated to open at the end of this year. There'll still be some construction on the stations there, but that's certainly been a priority and the reason we've done construction phasing this way.
People in the area hope that it will provide stability following the mall's time in limbo. Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton is getting more designated e-scooter and e-bike parking and is looking at more ways to manage micromobility devices. It comes after years of rising ridership. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports.
Scooting through the city can be a convenient way to get around, but where you leave them can cause problems.
I had to move a scooter and an e-bike from the sidewalk this weekend. We know that's an ongoing issue.
As part of the reason, city administration is planning to add more designated parking areas in places with recurrent concerns. The city is also looking to expand its pilot project, recently launched in Mill Woods. There, more restrictive parking is being tested. Riders must end their trips inside designated areas or continue to be charged.
How do we make sure that we're best supporting folks who are not only using micromobility, but the people who are moving about the districts where they're most popular?
The use of e-scooters and e-bikes, also known as micromobility, has more than doubled since 2022. A city report shows last year more than 1.4 million trips were taken in Edmonton.
The thing that stood out to me is actually the usage rates and how popular this has become as a form of mobility in our community.
With plans for parking limitations to be expanded, Councillor Ann Stevenson says the locations of parking are crucial.
One of the greatest benefits of scooters and e-bikes is you can typically just kind of go right up to the door where you're headed. If you have to be parking 2 blocks away, I think that starts to take away from the benefit.
Keeping companies accountable is also a priority. The city wants to route 311 complaints directly to the vendors.
If we can start to implement these changes with cooperation from the vendors, even before agreements are up for renegotiation, that would be ideal.
New parking locations are expected to be open next spring. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Police are warning about a man with a long history of intimate partner violence who will be living in Edmonton. 38-year-old Jamie Edward Meads is a convicted sexual offender. Police say he poses a significant risk to the community. He was most recently convicted in June 2025 of offenses including assault, assault by choking, forcible confinement, and uttering threats. Police say he has 8 known victims over a period of 20 years. He's been released on conditions and will be supervised by the EPS Behavioral Assessment Unit. Alberta has seen its share of severe weather so far this summer. Now, who gets alerts when it hits is changing. Environment and Climate Change Canada has moved to a targeted warning system, expected to reduce the amount of false alerts. CTV's Amanda Anderson explains.
There are a lot of weather nerds out there like me that are pumped about polygons.
This is the polygon CTV Edmonton's meteorologist is excited about. A new severe weather warning system rolled out today by Environment and Climate Change Canada.
It's a far superior system to say, here's where the severe weather is and here's where it's going.
When severe weather hits, the polygon system provides targeted, more precise warnings to people who need them.
What the Environment and Climate Change Canada has done in the past is they'll have these large forecast zones, and if a severe storm pops up in that area, the entire zone gets a warning. Now they'll move to a system where, based on where that storm is and areas that are upstream of that storm, that's the only area that's going to get that warning.
Kyle Hetherington captured this video in early June. As a storm chaser, he and his team report conditions to the weather hotline and on social media as it's happening. He says they've been waiting for this new warning system for years.
Better now than later, but they definitely missed the most active season in a while to implement it because it could have really helped a lot of people this year.
For now, the new targeted warning system is only being used for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes.
It should cut down on the amount of warnings that you get, just because, you know, it's going to be a smaller targeted area.
You get 15 warnings a year, and one time you get a storm, it's human nature to just start ignoring them, where if you get one warning and it hits, the next time you get a warning, you're absolutely going to take preparations. And
the new system was put into action this afternoon when the first ever targeted polygon thunderstorm warning was issued west of Edmonton. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Emergency responders in St. Albert are taking over a local school.
We're moving, they're looking.
We're going to make a left wheel here.
RCMP, EMS, and firefighters are training over the next couple of days on how to work together in a crisis situation. It's not for any specific event, rather learning how each organization can respond in a major emergency. RCMP say it's about making the most of resources.
Because there is a logistical bottleneck that happens on a sort of emergency operations where at the beginning, the real crisis piece, there's a very short amount of time to get a lot done. And so it's like, with my small amount of resources and fire's resources, how are we going to maximize that potential that takes place, right?
Very fortunate to live in a community that's historically and continues to be, you know, very, very safe. But I'm a firm believer that we need to be prepared and not reactive. So this is an exercise in making sure we're doing that for the community of St. Albert.
Anyone living in the Hillgrove School area of St. Albert should be aware this is just a training exercise. St. Albert's interim fire chief says they've never done a collaborative exercise like this in the 30 years he's been with the department. A neighborhood in Edmonton is celebrating today after coming together in the face of adversity. Last summer, the community-created playground at St. Pius X Catholic Elementary School was destroyed by arson. Today, a new playground opened in its place. Out of all the construction projects in this neighborhood, this is the one that the kids have been looking forward to the most, the return of the playground to replace the one that was destroyed by fire last summer. It's a moment they've been waiting for, and the kids of St. Pius aren't letting a little rain stop them.
I'm going to hypnotize you. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm so grateful and appreciative to everybody who has contributed and participated in the rebuilding.
Throughout the last school year, this is all the students have had. In July of 2025, the playground next to the school was destroyed by arson.
I was really sad because I really loved that park. I just wanted it to come back.
The money to rebuild came from insurance and from community fundraising efforts, a group that had to raise money to build the original playground. One of them is Cora Stepney's mom.
I'm really proud of my mom because, yeah, she was a part of building this, and I really enjoy seeing that everyone's having so much fun.
The outreach from the community was so powerful that the next day after the fire, we were getting contacted and people were saying, how can we help? So this is about community.
As they watch their kids, parents think about the future generations that will have a place to play.
You don't just do it for 2, you don't do it for 4, you do it for hundreds and for the next and the next. So it's important that we all take part in something that's bigger than us.
While rain may have dampened the festivities, Stepney says it's better than the alternative.
It's better than fire. This I'm okay with rain.
The sounds of play are once again filling the field next to St. Pius. One person has been charged with arson in the playground fire. He's expected to appear in court later this month. Police in Calgary say a shooting that injured one of their own is just the latest example of increasing violence against officers. CTV's Kevin Green has more.
It was just a traffic stop Monday in Edworthy Park. It ended up with an officer shot twice and a shootout with the offender.
On multiple occasions, our offender discharged rounds at our officers, and our officers returned fire.
The gunman also fired at Hawk's helicopter, then turned his aim at dog walkers in the park.
I jumped behind the trees, and I went from tree to tree, and so as soon as someone's shooting down at us, I'm trying to get to the bottom, so I'm going behind tree, behind tree, behind tree.
Police say the man was known to them as an organized crime target. The chief says policing is getting increasingly dangerous.
Policing is an inherently unpredictable profession and is becoming more violent on a daily basis.
And our organized crime enforcement team began investigating.
A day later, the potential firepower connected to organized crime was on display at police headquarters following a massive undercover operation.
Police officers place their lives at risk every single day to execute our duties. That's our function. This collection of firearms is a success, taking these away from those that we use them to harm the public as well as officers.
While unrelated to Monday's shooting, police say the two events show how organized crime is a danger to their officers and the public.
We are a growing city, and that brings a growing number of guns and poor actors.
Criminologist Doug King says gang violence is only one part of a broader trend. He says assaults against police are up.
And they've gone up about 25% in the last 5 years. So that's a significant increase.
King says officers also report encountering more weapons, particularly firearms, while dealing with the public. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Applications are now open for a provincial program aimed at increasing midwifery services in Alberta. Midwives provide clinical and emotional support during pregnancy, labor, and the postpartum period. The Alberta Midwifery Strategy Grant will give up to $750,000 to projects to help expand midwifery care. The province is looking for applicants focused on meeting the needs of rural, remote, and Indigenous communities. Organizations can use the money to recruit and support midwives, expand culturally appropriate services, improve data collection, and better integrate midwifery services into the primary care system. Applications are open until October 6th. The province is asking organizations to propose new treatment and support programs for people with gambling addictions. The revenue will come from the newly regulated iGaming market. It's part of the 1% share of revenue from online casinos and betting companies. Recovery Alberta says the services will be added to its existing supports. It hasn't determined the number of additional services that will be funded. Parkland County firefighters put their strength, skills, as well as their bragging rights on the table. While the Battle for the Bell is listed as a friendly competition between fire crews, bragging rights for the year were up for grabs. The event is intended to build team camaraderie and entice potential new firefighters. Team competitions included the 65mm hose drag, team stretcher relay, the high-volume hose roll and carry, and of course, the bucket brigade, a throwback to the old days of firefighting.
Back in those days, they didn't have trucks, so everybody from the community lined up, grabbed a bucket, and they just fed it to the fire pump. So that's what we're going to do.
7 teams of firefighters from Atchison, Parkland Village, Wabamun, and Tomahawk took part. The event also collected donations for the food bank. Coming up next, kids who have had cancer get to decorate a new car their own way for a good cause. And also just ahead, new American vaccine policies causing concern for doctors north of the border.
We don't have good medical evidence for a lot of the changes that were suggested in the U.S. document.
Good evening, folks. Temperature slightly cooler than average today across much of the province, certainly here in Edmonton. 19 for a daytime high. We'll be in the same ballpark tomorrow, and again, could see some afternoon showers in the city tomorrow. Look at that, and a drier and warmer weekend forecast, all in just a few minutes.
Some kids were leaving their paint-covered fingerprints all over a brand new car in northwest Edmonton today.
Oh, mine came out better now.
Kids who have had cancer were invited to leave their handprint on this SUV at Northside Hyundai as a symbol of resilience. The Hyundai Hope on Wheels program collects proceeds from every Hyundai sold at dealerships across Canada to help hospitals. The company is providing the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation with $100,000. Hyundai says the program has two goals.
Number one, we eliminate cancer. And number two, we assist families and the kids that are going through cancer care, providing them extra services that make that journey a little better.
The fact that we're able to invest in pediatric oncology to ensure that our kids aren't struggling and aren't suffering, kids really do deserve the best. And so partnerships like this with Hyundai Hope on Wheels allows us to invest and to care for our kids.
Hyundai says this year it's donating more than $4 million to 16 hospitals across Canada. Astronomers will be keeping their eyes on the sky over the next 2 days. Tomorrow morning between 10 and 11, a partial solar eclipse will be visible, weather permitting. At most, 14% of the sun will be covered by the moon at 10:38 tomorrow morning. You need proper eye protection to view any eclipse, so the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada is hosting an event at Coronation Park.
We're going to have some glasses at the observatory tomorrow, weather willing, that we can hand out to people, and then you can safely observe the sun. One should never, ever look directly at the sun. It's eclipse or not, it can cause irreparable damage.
The Perseid meteor shower will peak starting tomorrow night, leading into Thursday morning. The annual meteor shower is the result of debris left behind by a comet. No special viewing devices are needed, just clear skies and very little light pollution. Parks Canada is starting work on several roads in Jasper that were affected by wildfire. 2 years ago, wildfires ripped through part of Jasper. Parks Canada says crews will tackle safety mitigation projects on roads that were affected. That includes Wabasso Road, Marmot Road, Moline Road, and Whistler's Road up to the SkyTram. Savelle Road remains closed. Parks Canada says to expect travel delays from now until the end of October. There's new guidance on childhood vaccines in the United States, driven by U.S. President Donald Trump. Medical experts on both sides of the border worry the new guidelines will likely lead to fewer full immunizations and more hospitalizations. CTV's Pauline Chan has more.
Calling it the gold standard of childhood immunizations, Trump signed an executive order to reduce the number of shots children in the U.S. receive.
A vaccination thing looks like the size of a bottle of soda poured into a little child's body.
Medical experts say this is one of the inaccuracies in Trump's comments.
We don't have good medical evidence for a lot of the changes that were suggested in the U.S. document.
Trump calls for RSV protection to be given only to high-risk babies, but
we know that most of the hospitalizations are in healthy infants, not in high-risk infants.
Similarly, Dr. Vivian Brown says meningitis occurs more in healthy teens, not high-risk groups. In addition, Trump wants to split the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine given in one shot now in Canada and the U.S.
For example, at 1 year, you should have 5 separate visits for vaccines rather than getting them all in the same day.
Previous research is that parents are unlikely to finish vaccine programs when they have to come back over and over again.
Doctors say there's no medical benefit to splitting the vaccine, and while money may be saved with fewer shots given, Brown says fewer vaccinations will lead to more hospitalizations down the road.
This doesn't have the force of law.
What he's basically doing is saying to the states should look into this and try and implement this, but I think states will ignore this.
But the U.S. position will affect Canadians, and not just by increasing questions and confusion about vaccines.
If you have that amount of mixing of populations where one group is systematically less vaccinated and protected, they become a vector to bring disease into Canada. I think this is a further strong argument for strengthening vaccine capacity and use in Canada, because that's how you protect against this.
Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Coming up after the break, the Stanley Cup makes a visit to the Edmonton area as a hometown hero invites his whole city to help celebrate.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. 10 degrees in the morning, 19 degrees in the afternoon, 4 degrees cooler than average. In fact, will probably be cooler than average until Sunday or Monday. Some pretty powerful thunderstorms through this evening across southern Alberta. In the Edmonton area, looks like a mix of sun and cloud to start the day tomorrow. You might see some scattered showers around Red Deer in the morning. Most of the precipitation is going to be back here to the north. And watch how you get this low pressure system way off to the northeast. So counterclockwise flow around that drags that chance of showers in from the north. And by lunchtime and through the afternoon hours, we're right back to a chance of some precipitation here in the city. So it could be a foggy start to the day and then some sunny breaks, followed by some afternoon showers. Bit of a break from the rain, I think, early evening, but then overnight and into early Thursday morning, another chance of some showers. Thursday afternoon, there's some disagreement amongst the models on where exactly this low pressure system is going to be. You can see this modeling keeps the heavier, steadier rain way to the south of us, just some scattered showers in Edmonton. The Canadian modeling wants to push this low a little further north. So it's either showers or steadier rain on Thursday. Either way, it's going to be wet. It's just a question of how wet on Thursday. 9 in Fort McMurray, 8 for Grand Prairie, and about 10 for Edmonton and Red Deer tomorrow morning. Daytime highs tomorrow afternoon should be in the mid-teens across the northeast. A little closer to 20 there in Grand Prairie and in Vegreville. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. 19 for Lloydminster, about 18 or 19 into Red Deer, and 20 or 21 in Jasper. Will be around 17 Thursday with that chance of showers or periods of rain. Tomorrow and Friday, about 19 for daytime highs. And there's your weekend. Looks drier for the weekend. 21 and 23 Saturday, Sunday, and low to mid-20s for daytime highs. Pretty much all of next week. That is your forecast.
A nonprofit that tracks fraud says auto thefts are down across Canada, with the biggest decrease being reported in Alberta. A new report shows the number of auto thefts reported across the country in the first half of 2026 dropped by 10% from the same period last year. In Alberta, there was a 15% drop. The report says auto thefts are similar to before the pandemic, which caused a shortage of new vehicles and a spike in thefts. The Stanley Cup was in our area today, making a stop in Leduc, along with a history-making hometown hero. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has more on the Cup celebration.
Fans of all ages are waiting at the Leduc Recreation Centre for the chance to see a hometown hero.
Crowd is waiting for you. Let's do it.
Lift the Stanley Cup. Jordan Martinook last held the cup high in June as a member of the champion Carolina Hurricanes. He says this is a way of thanking the community he was raised in.
Everybody here supports me, and obviously this year they supported me a little more because it's a little more special this year.
That support continued with an Outstanding Achievement Award from Leduc's Council.
Jordan, thank you for representing Leduc with pride and for choosing to share this moment with us.
I grew up playing here. I worked out in this gym. I ran around this track. Like, this is pretty cool.
Jordan Martinook is the first player raised in Leduc to win the Stanley Cup. Bringing it home to his fans was a dream.
I think it's great that it came from here, and now Leduc has something to be proud of, and it motivates these guys to work hard.
After waiting in line, fans got to mingle with Martinook, get photos, and if they wanted, touch the Stanley Cup.
Touch like the actual real Stanley Cup, that's so cool.
Jordan was really nice too. He's saying hi to everyone. We had the debate this morning, do we touch it, do we not touch it? But I'm like, we haven't won it, so let's touch it.
I don't know
not touch the cup. I just, lean beside it.
Martinook doesn't have to worry about the cup curse. He gets to enjoy his time.
To be able to bring something that I've dreamt about my entire life here it's special.
Martinook says he'll be spending time with his family, friends, and the cup for the rest of his day.
What are you guys waiting for?
Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Leduc.
That's our show for this evening. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Thank you for spending your time here. Have a good night.